Recently it was the Audi RS3 here in Autogefuehl. Now today BMW said, hold my beer, we can do better with the all-new BMW 2 Series Coupé, the ultimate BMW sports car. Is it? The compact racer? We'll find out. Here in the front part we can see the new double kidney, really very wide and adaptive intakes here. So you see here, they are indeed moving. Then you can see in the technology pack, the optional technology pack, you can see here in the lower part an additional spoiler lip for even better aerodynamics. This one here is the M240i xDrive, the top sports model with the 6-cylinder, soon more to that engine as well. These headlamps here, really impressive signature. You can see the daytime running light also will switch to the hazard lights or the turning indicators, the full size, when you have this optional adaptive LED, which you can also get. The normal base LED lamps, they have a smaller signature than in the lower part. Technology-wise, by the way, also a lot of changes. It has a wider track, especially in the front, around 6 centimeters, around 2 inches, and the camber inclination has also changed, it's negative. So, you know, in an extreme way, the wheels are like this, you know, and then you have a direct approach here when steering. But it's just half of a degree, but still has a massive effect. And you can see here design-wise on the hood, especially if you look from the side, then you know it's really massive power dome style. The length now at 4 meters 54 or 179 inches here for the new 2 Series Coupé. Well, that's a wheelbase increase then of about 5 centimeters or 2 inches. And the most important thing is this is derived from the 3 Series platform, means rear-wheel drive, or then here all-wheel drive with a rear-wheel bias. Wheels 17 to 19 inch, and here the M240i directly comes with the 19-inch wheels. And in this technology pack, you even have, you know, some more fancy stuff. These are then even wider tires, and that's why they also get these additional flaps here at the side. Then the M Performance or the M Colors badge right there. We have contrasting mirror caps here as well, and Thundernight Metallic is the name of this very special purple color. The door handles are now integrated, but also lift up like this. Hey, door closing sound. It's not too bad for a vehicle that has frameless doors, actually. Yeah, and then we have, you know, these shoulder or haunches area in a very, very strong way. So yeah, no doubt about that sporty styling. Wow, then there's something very special coming ahead here. Look at this, the tail lamps, super three-dimensional. Wow, this is really something very unique and a daring design. Overall at the rear, very strong here, although we are in the compact segment. xDrive, that means it's the all-wheel drive model, and then the super strong diffuser style here as well. And Autogefuehl fake exhaust police is right here because these Freiformblenden, listen and repeat, Freiformblenden, that's the German word for like a free-form outline cover, so to speak, for the exhaust tips. The rear ones then are there on the inside. The weight balance, by the way, 50-50, so very well balanced between front and rear axle. And of course, this model here, it's worthwhile to take a look at that engine. Ta-da! The 3-liter inline 6-cylinder by BMW, one of the most popular combustion engines nowadays, performance engines, and performance badge there too. So 374 horsepower, 4.3 seconds is the acceleration figure, and in this case then the rear-wheel biased all-wheel drive. However, it is already confirmed that here the 240i will also come as a rear-wheel drive only version, so the combination 6-cylinder plus rear-wheel drive will be possible, just not the manual gearbox. You can also get a 230i, that then would be the 2-liter 4-cylinder with 245 horsepower and 5.5 seconds in the acceleration figure. This is then the entry-level version for the US. And there's also a 220i, even less horsepower, 2-liter 4-cylinder. And there will also be, even for European market, a 2-liter 4-cylinder diesel. This, however, even has a 30% share in the whole sales. So this is also one of the major engine models for this generation. And about suspensions, the base 2 Series Coupé would always start with progressive dampers, and then when you go for the 240i model you get a fixed sport suspension, unless what we also have here today, you go for this adaptive M suspension, which is then the balance between sportiness and comfort. Does it work? We will find out in the driving part very soon. And here we have another color choice for you. Interesting color here called Brooklyn Gray. And yeah, really some, urban rebel maybe. So also with the 19-inch wheels and the accentuations here around the wheel arches, because these are also the performance tires in this technology pack. So what do you think? Will this one be rather your choice, or the purple color with our main vehicle today? And if you want to top up the sporty styling even more, from the M Performance parts bin, you can take here carbon fiber accentuations around the kidney, also in the lower spoiler part, side spoiler even more enhanced, and then even up to 20-inch wheels. We have them also mounted right here, special M valve caps, and the side spoiler as well, M Performance stickers here, and then especially here in the rear part, this additional element right here, even more carbon fiber. This is maybe a little bit too extreme, or is it? Carbon fiber lip here in the rear part, would it be too much for you? Tell me in the comments. And also a carbon fiber diffuser then in the lower style. Trunk with a manual opening, but yeah, it's no problem at all. You can see 390 liters is the capacity, and the cabin trolley also fits in vertically. A little bit less than a meter or 40 inches in width, and the length here is about 90 centimeters or 35 inches, and the height, last but not least, here 50 centimeters or some 20 inches. And the reason for that is they don't have anything to fold up. They really lowered the floor as low as possible, and overall, considering that is a compact sports vehicle, still some flexibility. Talking about that, you can also fold the seats, release them here and here, and then we can also push through. And just the thing is, this happens when my driver's seat is in my position. On the right side, then I push the seat forward. So you can only fold these seats then when the seats are also moved forward a little bit more. But can you still drive them as a tall adult? Doubtful. This is the key, then in this case with the M colors at the side. Then once again, close up of these door handles. It's actually quite good feedback they give. Then inside of the doors is actually more or less hard pack. Wow. I mean, it has an interesting structure right here, but really BMW? Then soft touch here, but also, not that soft. Interesting graphic here. There's also backlit, by the way, so some joyful things. Then you have the M entry badge in the 240i model we have here, and also the M steering wheel. Still with real buttons at the steering wheel, left and right, so that's good to have. Zoom out to instruments and infotainment. This is the optional thing, the bigger ones you can get here. As for the seats, these are the optional M Sport seats with animal skin. You cannot get them in the US actually. However, they do offer a wide variety of non-animal seating. So in Europe, for example, you would start with fabric on the inside, or then Alcantara microfiber here for the M240i model, and outside center taker leatherette, high-grade leatherette. And you can also get 3 colors of perforated new SensorTech seats, and they are also available in the US. A basic sport seat is always standard here for the new 2 Series model. So overall good choice you have, but we can't show them to you today, sadly. Here, then steering wheel in and out, very smooth process. Actually one of the smoothest processes there is in the industry, and you already feel it. Well, these M Sport seats are really stiff, and this seating position here already tells you, like, let's race. Interior overview, quite clean, but this one here, once again, hard pack. Did I do that? Or maybe here with the gesture control? I don't know. Strange. Mystery. Then we can see here, there's a nice framing here with Hofmeister King design. Climate unit, gladly still manual. You can also control it very well while driving, for example. As for the screens, you would start here on the right side with an 8.8-inch screen. This here is the optional 10.25-inch screen. Instrument-wise, you would start with the smaller 5.1-inch, and then you also have some manual or analog arrows. This is here the optional full digital 12.3-inch, and when we start up here, you can see also have the map in the middle part. Oh, and also they really fitted the color to the purple color. Very interesting. There's the map, GPS, and speed here on the left side, and RPMs would be on the right side. Depends really on the mode you have here in the sport mode. Then we also have the RPM visualization. Brum brum. Shifting pedals here. Interesting that while driving you press and hold the left pedal, you get in this M Sports or race downshift mode. Already, then goes back a couple of gears and then you can really hammer it through. Right here in the middle console, still a manual volume knob. Then you can open this one here for inductive charging pad for your phone. And you have then the wireless Apple CarPlay connection. And here, adaptive cup holders. This then is the shifting lever, pull it backwards or forwards for the reverse mode. And to the left side would be the manuelle Schaltgasse. Listen and repeat, manuelle Schaltgasse, like manual shifting way. Then you have the sport mode, comfort mode, and so on. Great to also have the classic MMI knob, although it's not called MMI knob at BMW, or iDrive selector. So this is also very practical to do it while driving. And here the classic armrest, very well attached, space and USB-C charging. Head display, Michelle is filming it from the inside while I'm staying on the outside. So head display here is current speed and also some speed limit, and you will also have some GPS errors in there. Well, here, this software generation I really prefer from BMW. You see it's very responsive, it's fast, it has an easy menu structure on the left. It doesn't have any other BS menus or something. Here's the car information, like the driving information or the vehicle status and so on. So yeah, I really prefer to have this one here. Here you can add your mobile devices and then also go to the CarPlay menu, for example. It looks like this, and the optional Harman Kardon sound system which we have in here really has a very nice clear sound. Also good bass, not too heavy, but definitely enough. So really can recommend this sound system here today. So overall, I like these infotainment systems. If you saw the i4 or the iX episode, the new BMW OS is too complicated. This is still way to go. And a very cool feature here, when you have the M240i, you get these knee pads. So a softer leatherette area right there where your knees, hit the middle console while racy driving. It's a very good idea. And my favorite interior feature, I hope it never does go away, here the BMW Wings style light. I sense time code comments, Thomas in the rear seat. And here, when we fold the seat like this, it automatically slides forward. But the thing is, yeah, with one when he's 86 or 6'1", this way it works. Headroom wise, it's all very close. But then legroom wise, yeah, no, it's coming up. Ouch. Okay, get squished, then the seat goes forward again. And by this, I mean, if the passenger would be a little bit smaller, then it could work. So 2.5 adults, but 4 adults, no way, because when you look here behind my driver's seat, I could never actually fit in there. So yeah, definitely more like a 2+2 seat or something. Welcome to Thomas's Performance Driving Lounge. 0 to 100 kilometers or 62 miles an hour here with the BMW 240i. Wow, really impressive and super calm and collected. Great acceleration, but still had so much traction. Wow, and here, if you go there, some slalom style, indeed you feel this, inclination. There's a so direct command of the wheels in the front. It feels so sporty, light and compact indeed. And yeah, this inline 6-cylinder, there are electric vehicles out there, but if you go combustion engine, this one is one of the perfect engines out there. It's so much fun actually. For the launch control, by the way, I had to go to the sports traction mode and also to the manuelle Schaltgasse, manual, shifting corridor, we can also say. Here, of course, this was, like rather controlled environment, and please don't repeat this. We just do this for, the that you can get a very good sporty impression of the vehicle. And I usually don't do this in normal everyday driving life. So now I have put all the DSC on again, and we're still in the Sport Plus mode. So this brings already a lot of sportiness, but no, we don't have to deactivate the traction control for that. And I'm also in a normal shifting mode, or it's still a sporty shifting mode because we're here in that Sport Plus mode. And the car already tells me, like, let's attack, let's go. So let's here go to the motorway. So, getting on between the trucks. Yeah, let's go to the sports shifting mode once again. This is also pretty cool. And we can also show that to you now, this new functionality. When I'm holding the left pedal now, let's see. There we go. Wow, really cool. It also sets a sprint mode, and then you can also shift up yourself. So it also works, by the way, when in a normal mode, for example, comfort mode, then we're usually in a very, very high gear. Then the difference is even bigger. So for example, now comfort mode, high gear for better fuel efficiency and so on. And when you then press and hold the left pedal, sprint mode, then directly hop back a couple of gears and we can accelerate it out. And here, now top speed. See, not for this vehicle top speed, but here we stopped at 200 kilometers an hour, 125 miles an hour. Wow, it's really cool. So stable and relatively calm on the road also. Not too much wind noise, and it feels like nothing for the vehicle. So we're at this really high speed. Of course, it can go even faster, but it's so calm and collected. It doesn't feel small or compact or something. It feels like a grown-up sports car indeed. Yeah, there's a longer wheelbase now, and you really feel that. And indeed, more feels like a 3 Series. So you definitely feel this, the resemblance here from the compact platform. From the mid-size platform it is. So a compact vehicle here, but mid-size platform. And wow, so much stability here on the motorway. This is really awesome. So I didn't expect it to be that calm collected here. At the same time, it is sporty and aggressive if you really like. And I mean, I feel like I could easily go double the speed without any problem at all. Then there are also modern assistance systems. For example, we have the cruise control right here, keeping distance to the car in front of us. Here, for example, I'm not braking. The car is doing that for us. This one is also then here changed in the distance, right here at the steering wheel. But you can also keep it more basic with that. You don't have to, go for the most elaborate assistance systems. So maybe the lane keeping assist is not the most important feature here for this vehicle. It feels very, very, grounded here, so to speak, on the motorway. It's a very, very good motorway vehicle. And if you compare it, for example, to the Audi RS3, they are both very aggressive, but both so highly evolved, and both have in common that with the adaptive suspension, we also have the adaptive suspension here, they really present this compromise. In the comfort mode, the suspension is really comfortable, also for the passengers. In the sports mode then, we have a little bit more feedback from its suspension, and you just get more sportiness. And at the same time, although we have the sports performance wheels here with 19-inch also, it's still okay, So we have some sports vehicles which are then very uncomfortable or something, but here that's actually totally fine. Yes, the M Sport seats here, they have less comfort than the normal sport seats, but the good thing is you can't get them in all markets anyway, and I guess that's actually a good thing, especially when you have then the perforated sensor tag or even the fabric or microfiber surface in the EU, then you will have even more comfort with these. Here, 145 kilometers an hour, 90 miles an hour, still very good as for the noise insulation and so on. So the whole car tells me really very good build quality. It feels indeed like a perfect driving machine. Would I go for the RS3 or here for the 2 Series as the M240i? Yeah, it's a really tough call. They feel quite different in the end result. are of course playing with the same segment, yes, but here you have, the true rear-wheel all-wheel drive, In the RS3 you have this torque split, which also feels pretty cool, but here the main difference is this car still tells you, even in the all-wheel drive version here, I'm rear-wheel drive, period. And this is something that just comes more natural in the sports car driving feeling. The RS3 is also a perfect driving machine, but due to this more, let's say, basic character of this one here, yeah, it still conveys more natural, purist driving feeling. That sound is really something, isn't it? Some countryside driving and also with some fog here. The only thing that really buggers me is the steering feeling, It is sporty, yes, and, there's not a dead zone area or something, but just my claim has been now for a couple of years since the introduction of the only BMW 3 Series generation. It should be the benchmark for BMW steering feel, but it is not. The SUVs have a better steering feel. This one here, it feels too much arcade, not natural enough, like through thin air. Even in the sports mode, it doesn't give you not enough feedback actually. So you can drive this one very well in a very sporty way and also very precise and directly. That's really great. But then again, they just need a more natural steering feel, and somehow it just doesn't seem to work here in this generation of the BMW 3 Series and also then the derivatives like here the 2 Series Coupé. Yeah, I mean, it's still a lot of fun. Oh, by the way, have you heard that when you... Yeah, no, not. When you let off the throttle, there we go. Not sure if you can pick up on the camera like from the sports exhaust. It's really nice. That's what you also want when you get this vehicle here. Yeah, but then again, they really have to work on the steering feel. It might be, arguing on a very high level or something. But there, for example, the Audi RS3 has a way better natural steering feeling. Still, this one here, yeah, it has so much character, and besides the steering, how you feel connected to the vehicle, with your whole body or something, this is really very excellent here. So you kind of have this feeling that you're connected with your whole body to the chassis. That's something they really achieved here very well. They've also strengthened the chassis rigidity if you compare it to the predecessor, and you really feel it. And also from the wider track and the lengthened wheelbase and so on, negative camber inclination. So all these measures here really account for a true sports car. So much fun, but to me even most astonishing was that you can drive it in a very comfortable way on the motorway. And I mean, at any time, 50 to 100 or something, this goes so quickly. Blop, that's it. Wow. And when you don't drive it like this all the time, but rather in a more subtle way, you can also score some consumption figures like 8 liters or more kilometers, so 30 mpg something, yeah, when you let it run on the motorway, for example. So really impressive here today. Good that they still have the rear-wheel platform, either than pure rear-wheel drive or here then with that all-wheel drive, but glad to say that most of the time it will be rear-wheel only. If you really hammer the throttle, then you also have the front support, definitely. Rear-wheel bias remains, so even if you have the all-wheel drive here, you do not have to be afraid of losing that rear-wheel bias. Still so much fun. Of course, if you haven't seen so far, compare the Audi RS3, the new generation, or what about the Toyota Supra, which also has some BMW genes, definitely, same engine, either 6-cylinder or 4-cylinder. See you at these videos.